Hello, friends. I'm Mrunalini Dapke, back with a new story for Vachan Ranjan, written by Trupti Jamalpure. She is born and brought up in a small town called Solapur in Maharashtra. She pursued PhD in biochemistry in 2012 from NCL, Pune, completed postdoctoral research in the United Kingdom, and moved back to India in 2016. She is scientist come teacher by profession, but a book lover and writer by choice. Her first book, Stories of Gangapur, comprises of 5 short stories, and her second book, Gulmohar, is a compilation of 14 stories. Writing and reading are therapeutic to her. Today I am going to read a story from her book Gulmohar, which is titled as Perfect Silences. Anand was a smart, good looking, middle aged guy. A software engineer by profession, he lived a life that everyone dreams of. Blessed with name, fame, and money, everyone who knew him envied him for his perfect life. For reasons better known to him, he never thought of marriage. While in the university, he had feelings for Nina, but something stopped him from expressing. Anand and Nina often met over lunch. While this relationship was happening, his parents were unhappy in their marriage. Some constant fights and arguments discouraged Anand from seeing Nina. They finally stopped meeting. Living alone was not that bad as others think. Initially, he started explaining to his friends that living alone is the most fantastic thing. He could read, go fishing, watch television for hours, and do whatever he wanted without being answerable to anyone. His friends never really bothered about his opinions, and later he stopped explaining them. Out of boredom or concern for his aging mother, Anand asked his mother to live with him, and she agreed. It was a strange decision. He had not spoken to his parents ever since they separated. He could have asked his father to join them, but then two lions cannot live in the same den. His bungalow was a fusion of modern architecture and traditional features. A sprawling villa with large rooms was an abode to plenty of air and light. The highlight of the expansive villa was the garden that had a magnanimous gulmohar tree. Under this tree there was a dainty tea table which was waiting to be used. The sight of this huge tree in its full blossom was mesmerizing. His life changed after his mother joined him. He learned to enjoy the simple pleasures of life. He started spending more time with her. They started walking in the woods behind his bungalow, and he enjoyed gardening with his mother, cooked various cuisines, and shared every little moment that they had missed during the past few years. It was a regular weekday. Anand was on his way back home from work. He saw his father exiting the main gate. Later, his mother told him that he had come to get her signatures on the blank documents. Strange, but they still maintained a joint account. This surprised him. I have invited your father for lunch on Sunday, declared his mother. Anand did not utter a word. His mother certainly looked happier today. He was preparing for his important meetings, and while doing so, he could not stop thinking of Nina. The next 2 days, he had been extremely busy. On Friday evening, he heaved a sigh of relief. The meetings were successful, and Anand's senior was extremely happy with his performance. Subconsciously, he was still thinking about Nina. Does she remember me? Does she miss me? Is she married? What are you thinking about? Questioned his mother. I was fond of a girl named Nina who studied with me, but I never told you or Papa about her, answered Anand. So, what makes you think of her now? Anand was quiet. He wanted to tell her that when they, as responsible parents, fought, he stopped believing in love and marriage. Their separation validated his distancing from Nina. And now that he saw his parents reconciling, he regrets shunning Nina. They could have had a future. He chose not to speak and retired to bed. The next morning, he accompanied his mother to the market, helped her with chores. Do you still love Nina? Asked his mother. I do not know. She must have forgotten me, or she must have married. I am happy living with you. His mother hugged him. And I too am happy with you, Anand. The hug tightened. That evening, Anand played Jagjit Singh's ghazals. You know, Jagjit Singh is your papa's favorite too, emphasized his mother. Anand kept mum, and with eyes closed, he was imbibing the soulful music and lyrics. It was Sunday, and his father arrived with a bottle of wine. There was an awkward silence when his father stepped in, but the mother broke the ice. Hello, Anand. How are you? Asked his father. I'm good, Papa. How about you? Faltered Anand. Anand tried to keep it formal. It was after years he heard his father's voice. His father started going through Anand's music library. He was happy that his son too was an ardent lover of ghazals by Jagjit Singh. I want to set the lunch under the gulmohar tree. I know it is a tea table, but that's okay, said Ma. Anand could sense the excitement in her voice. I will help you to set the table, said his father. Anand was still seated in his chair. He was clueless. He stood up and sat again. He gazed out of the window and saw his parents laughing and chatting as if nothing wrong had ever happened. He picked up a record of ghazals along with the portable player and walked to the lunch table. The table looked perfect. The lunch smelled delicious. The music sounded melodious, and the gulmohar tree looked so accommodating. It was accommodating a once broken family in its shadow. After years, a broken family ate together. There was silence, a silence that spoke volumes about the lost love between a husband and wife, a father and son. They all realized that they were never apart. Each one carried the other two unknowingly in their hearts. So, people, how did you like the story? Please let us know in the comments. Also, share and subscribe to our channel Vachan Ranjan and keep spreading the joy of stories, listening to them, reading them. We will be back with a new story next week. Till then, keep reading, keep listening. Take care. Bye bye.